Ultraplan might completely change how we build projects inside of Claude Code. So you remember that huge Claude Code leak that just happened? Well, inside of that leak included a reference to a new feature called Ultraplan, and Anthropic just released it for real. Now, there's already a ton of hype building up around this feature, but the problem is when you look at the actual documentation surrounding Ultraplan, it feels like it's just plan mode, but in the cloud. So in order to figure out if this ultra plan really is a step forward, in today's video, I'm going to do a head-to-head test between normal plan mode and ultra plan so you can see how it differs from what we already work with and whether this is worth your time. So the idea with ultra plan is that we start with our normal Claude Code session in a terminal, and then that plan mode session is pushed to a Claude Code session in the cloud where we get sort of additional planning resources thrown at it. But when I say additional planning resources, that's kind of just assumed because you're going to hear people talk about ultra plan mode and say it's giving you additional agents and resources and architecture. None of that's actually stated here in the documentation. None of that. All the documentation tells us is that, hey, it goes into the cloud. You have to make sure you have a GitHub repo ready to go before you use this. And it's easier to essentially revise the plan inside of the browser. However, from my own testing and what you will see here today, it does feel like Ultraplan does have a bit more power behind it. And it's kind of a shame that Anthropic doesn't go a little deeper into what it actually buys us. Now, as you'll see, running Ultraplan is very simple. And if you are on the latest version of Claude Code, it's going to be available to you. You literally just say Ultraplan or /Ultraplan, and that will prompt it. Claude Code does the rest. From there, it teleports you to the browser. You'll see something like this. And if you like what it gives you an option to bring the plan mode back to the terminal. So nothing too crazy going on. The only one sort of hiccup is you do need some sort of GitHub repo already created with at least one commit to it, even if it's something like a README. So let's just jump into the head-to-head test right away so you can see how these two things compare and how to actually use Ultraplan. Now, the prompt we're going to give it is this one. We're telling it to use the front-end design skill as it builds a premium Kanban board web app from scratch. We tell it that it's a greenfield project, so there's no existing code base, although we have created a GitHub repo for it and we pushed a very simple README. That README doesn't include any sort of like architecture or anything like that. We then give it a series of requirements and tell it to plan thoroughly. So let's see how this works. So on the left, we have normal plan mode. On the right, we have ultra plan, and you know it's ultra plan because it's got the fancy rainbow gradient. On the ultra plan side, it's going to ask you, are you ready to run Ultraplan? And will automatically launch Claude Code in the web. It will then give you a link to follow. And then you should see a page like this. It shows your prompt and says, hey, I'm about to run through this whole thing. So here's a look at what it came back with in about 30 seconds. I'll move over here for this. So it gives us the architecture, gives us a nice little mermaid graph, dependencies to install, and all this other stuff. Now, with this sort of Ultraplan mode, you can very easily select specific parts of the plan just by highlighting it. And you can either leave a comment or you can leave an emoji, because we code in emojis these days. But overall, it's a little bit easier to pull out specific things in the plan that you want to change versus the normal terminal where you actually have to say it. Here, it's very easy, just like I said, highlight it, leave a comment. Now, once you are happy with the plan, all you have to do is hit approve plan, and it will bring that plan back to the terminal. For reference in terms of speed, with normal plan mode, we are at 5 minutes and 30 seconds and counting over here on the left. And again, Ultraplan took 30 seconds max. So we're going to go ahead and execute this Ultraplan. So the local plan mode finally came back with something. I actually had to restart it because it got hung up on the first attempt. The second attempt, I was able to knock it out in a few minutes. And here's a breakdown of what these two plans came up with. So we have the local plan versus the Ultraplan. Obviously, in terms of timing, the local plan took much longer than the Ultraplan. The Ultraplan, we were in and out in 30 seconds. Now, a big plus for the local plan versus the Ultraplan is it actually used the front-end design skill like I told it to. The Ultraplan really didn't. Even though we explicitly put in the prompt, use this skill, it totally ignored it. And you see this reflected in things like the typography. Local plan's actually using stuff like Google fonts, and it's not even mentioned at all in the Ultraplan. So now I'll have the local plan actually build out what it came up with, and we'll take a look at the final results. So here's our Kanban boards. On the left, we have the normal plan mode, which actually used front-end design. And on the right, we have Ultraplan. So they both have light and dark mode. You can tell right away that the one on the left used front-end design. It just looks a little more put together. The cards have, I think, better shading between them. And they have the little flourishes like the sort of just orange right here alongside the timer. So just minor things, but it does stick out. You'll also notice that in other little things, like when I go from high to medium to low, they have different colors up here in the top left versus the ones on the right. Now, in terms of adding tasks, again, this looks so much nicer on the left, and this was just the first pass. But the actual functionality, for all intents and purposes, looks the same. So we can create the card. They're not letting me move the card. I know I can move the card just fine. So functionality on this seems totally okay, but definitely a gap in terms of the front end visuals. So that's what the front end looks like. What about the back end? What about the actual code quality? Well, I spun up another session of Claude Code and had it look at both the local plan mode and the Ultraplan and compare and contrast. And truth be told, there wasn't a huge difference besides sort of the frameworks they used. And Ultraplan had a few hundred lines more of code. So we had Gary Tan take a look at it too. And so he said Ultraplan was better. But other than that, there isn't a huge difference here besides the skills not being invoked, which to be honest is a downside. Like if I tell Claude Code to use a specific skill, I want it to use a specific skill. Now, let's be honest. This could be a situation where we used Ultraplan for a project that was just way too simple. And this may be something where we need to be using Ultraplan on something that is infinitely more complex. And it's almost like when we use something like GSD or superpowers, where these things really are able to show their worth in these very large, complex projects that take days and days and days to put together. And when we test it on something like a simple Kanban board, well, there isn't enough room for it to, create a gap between local plan mode and itself. But there is definitely something to be said on the speed side of the equation. Like you saw, using Ultraplan was infinitely faster than going the normal plan mode route. So taking all that together, should we be racing to use Ultraplan over the standard plan mode? Maybe, maybe not. The fact it didn't use the skills is very annoying, especially if you're someone who's going to be, invoking a lot of skills at the beginning of your project creation, or if you're trying to use it in the middle of your project. We all know how powerful skills are. So this also wasn't the first time I had issues with skills in Ultraplan. When I was doing my own testing outside of this video, that was a problem I ran into as well, which is a huge issue. So we're almost at the point where it's like, well, are we balancing speed? Do we want it to be really fast like we get with Ultraplan? Or do we want to actually use the skills? And does the speed really matter if it's not actually calling in the skills correctly? And is it always not going to call in the skills? Again, very new tool. I think the conclusion you should draw here is try it out yourself, see how it does on these ultra complicated projects. But other than that, I don't think it's some automatic, local plan mode's dead, get rid of that, we're going to Ultraplan for everything. So we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if this also gets a lot more upgrades and changes as we move forward, because seeing as this was in the leak and then it comes back 2 days later and the documentation kind of leaves a lot to be desired, it almost feels like this was kind of just pushed out to get it out there. So hopefully this sheds some light, just a little bit of light, on how Ultraplan works and how it compares to the normal plan mode. I don't think this is going to completely change how you approach these things, but I would test it out. Your results might vary depending on your particular project. So as always, let me know what you thought. Make sure to check out Chase AI Plus if you want to get your hands on my Claude Code Masterclass. There's a link to that in the pinned comment. There also is the free Chase AI community with tons of free Claude Code resources. You can find that in the description. But besides that, I'll see you around.